Manchester United versus Everton. What did we learn from that game? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Goals galore for Ruben Amorim and Manchester United, and to be fair, there was a lot to learn in this particular game. A lot of positives, a lot more positives than negatives compared to our last few games. Now straight off the back, let's start with this. One of the most fundamental things that I've been concentrating on for the past few weeks is goals from open play, and we scored 3 goals from open play against Everton. Now Everton, yes, they are in a relegation battle, but these are the type of games that were difficult for us under Erik ten Hag. But now it looks like these are the type of games that are easier for us. We absolutely dispatched them. There's no qualms, there's no issues from me when it comes to this game. I think more than anything is there are certain players who are just going from strength to strength and getting stronger and stronger. Ruben Amorim started with a humble lineup of Onana, De Ligt, Mazraoui, Martinez in the back, Diallo, Mino, who gets his first start for Ruben Amorim, Casemiro, Diallo, Bruno Fernandes, Zirkzee, who also gets his first start, and Marcus Rashford. A very balanced lineup, players in the right positions where they need to be. And at the start of this game, everybody, myself included, was like, you know what? This is the type of lineup that I wanted to see for a while. Bruno and Rashford in the 10s, Zirkzee in the middle. We've not seen him start many games for Manchester United. Amad Diallo playing the wing back, even though I was like, okay, let's stop this wing back stuff. I'm going to touch on this in a minute. Mino and Casemiro partnership. How did that look? Diallo as the left wing back as he's become now, and the back three being solid. It seems like to me Ruben Amorim has started to figure out his starting 11. I think in his starting 11, the 5-6 positions that I'm going to be solid about that have been picked are Onana obviously in net is guaranteed. Martinez, De Ligt and Mazraoui are going to be our centre backs. I think Bruno and Rashford are going to be our 2 10s. I think those 5 positions, the formula works. Amad Diallo is going to stay as a wing back. I think that's just what it is now. Diallo is probably going to stay as a left-sided wing back. So that makes it 7 positions on the pitch that are pretty much solidified. There may be some rotation between Diallo and Malacia. There may be some rotation between Diallo and Anthony. But last season, Eric, and the season before, he had Anthony where he was playing Anthony way more than Amad. In many games, he was playing, was it Omari Forson before Amad Diallo as well. And Amad was not getting any sniff of minutes. And this is the player that we've been missing out on. We have been missing out on a potential world-class caliber player in Amad Diallo because of the heinous crimes of Erik ten Hag. And he has taken every step, vengeance almost against Erik, because the way he's playing, it is incredible. I think 2 goals pretty much came because of Amad's press, his resilience, his desire to win the ball, and there could have been a few more as well. Let's not forget he won the ball quite a few times and attacked the goal and was unfortunate to not get converted to more goals, but he done fantastic in my opinion, absolutely fantastic. Zirkzee getting on the score sheet, which was very nice. He's going to take a lot from them 2 goals. A lot of criticism has been thrown against Zirkzee, and people have said, look, we need to part ways and we need to sell him, or he needs a lot more time to settle. He doesn't look up to speed, blah, blah, blah. But yesterday, he done really, really well. The link up with him, the connecting of play between players has been really good. What I've noticed, the difference between Zirkzee and Rasmus is properly connected back, onto another player and then trying to stop the ball and turn or pass. Whereas Zirkzee just detaches himself from the player and kind of gives himself, a yard or 2 and then tries to pass the ball and turn. It just gives him that little bit of more movement. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I know there's a big question about, is Zirkzee fast enough? He don't look fast enough, but I think that's just, one of his weaknesses. On the opposite hand, his strength is actually connecting the play with many different players, and he done really well, in my opinion. Casemiro and Mino in midfield. Now, I think Mino was our poorest performer yesterday, which is fine by me. And I think the reason probably is because he's just come back from injury. He's going to need a couple games, and also he's going to need some time to pick up the system and the instructions. So no problem, nothing at all in terms of that. I think Diallo held his own. Mazraoui, of course, the class player that he is. De Ligt done well. Martinez done well. Onana, clean sheet, done well. And speaking of Andre Onana has the most clean sheets in the Premier League. Now, look, I'm gonna kind of snitch on myself here a little bit, because last season I said, when will it be that Andre Onana will get a golden glove for Manchester United? Because we know how many David De Gea has and the type of performances David De Gea has given us and the amount of player of the season he's got for Man United, player of the season and whatnot. Obviously, David De Gea, what a decorated goalkeeper, what an amazing legendary goalkeeper for us. Can Andre Onana get anywhere close to that level and get a golden glove? And he's well on his way. I said that last season loads of times to try and criticize that. Look, his shot stop is terrible. There was a lot of criticism on him, but Andre Onana in press conferences consistently said, I will do better. We will learn. It's on me. The responsibility is on me. And he was doing a lot of talking on press conferences, and a lot of people were saying, look, stop the talking, start the saving. You know what? Credit where credit is due. So far, he's grown again from strength to strength and done really well. Really well. The sweeping, the passing, starting to slowly come out of his box as well, and join the centre-backs to play a little bit higher. He's growing really well, and it's nice to see. That's the keeper that we wanted. There's loads more for him to grow, and I mentioned this as well a couple of shows ago and a couple of videos ago that I think Andre Onana is going to be a key player for Ruben in the back three system, because he's going to need Andre to be able to make those passes, make those saves, sweep and kind of hold his own. It's a very lonely position, and to score 4 goals against Everton at home and keep a clean sheet is very good. And don't forget the last game as well, he absolutely saved us against Bodo Glimt. Kudos to him, man. Real kudos to him. Another talking point, Bruno Fernandes getting 2 assists, cruising through. His assists were great, when he was making them small, sharp passes. Obviously, the cutback or the squared ball to Zirkzee was really good, and so was the corner kick to Marcus Rashford. It's important to note both of them, because corner kicks were diabolical under Erik ten Hag. Set pieces were awful, and that set piece goal that we just scored against Everton was straight from the training ground, pinpoint cross, and Rashford just connected with it really well. Now here's the thing, the shanking of the ball, the hoofing of the ball remains, and that is something Ruben has spoken about quite a bit, that we need to control the game. He even said in press conference in this particular game that we need to control the game. And I'm going to come on to the quotes in a minute, but if you notice, when Bruno was shanking the ball, it didn't look good. That is when he looks the worst, in my humble opinion, and he needs to stop that or tone it down, because when he plays the simple football, he looks really well. The nutmeg on Ashley Young was very sublime, and he's done really well overall, but that hoofing of the ball, it needs to stop. And we need to get more control of the game. Casemiro and Mino, the partnership will build. Mazraoui is really good. The back three is solid. Now, against Arsenal, there will not be any Mino and there will not be any Martinez because of the yellow cards that they picked up, which added on for them to be suspended. Now, I don't think, I'm just going to say it, we're not going to miss Kobe Mino. We will miss Martinez because of his passing ability. Who will play in that position against Arsenal? Might be that Delete goes on the left-hand side and Johnny Evans plays in the middle. Or Maguire plays in the middle because he's back as well. Because against Arsenal, we're going to be needing to stop Gabriel in set pieces, because Gabriel picks up a lot of goals from set pieces, and that's what we need to stop. So we're going to need some units in the back. Even if Martinez was fit, I would have actually played Maguire or Evans just for the height, in my humble opinion. So let's see what happens, and I think it'll be Casemiro and Bruno in the middle with Mason Mount and Rashford in the 10 against Arsenal. So actually, speaking of this, if I did do my lineup for Arsenal, I'd be Onana, Mazraoui, Maguire, Delict, Diallo, Ugarte, Bruno, Diallo, Rashford, Mason Mount and Rasmus Højlund. That would be my lineup against Arsenal. Let me know if your lineup would be different. Now, let's get on to Ruben Amorim's quotes after the game. Let's just address this. Joshua Zirkzee is not going anywhere. The bogus claims and the bogus transfer rumours that were out there saying, he feels unsettled and he's looking for a loan and blah, blah, blah. It's all of that is bollocks. The Manchester United are not looking to part ways with Zirkzee at all, and the player has no desire to leave the club. So let's just get that out the way. Ruben on Diallo, he says he was really good defending and really good attacking. So he needs to continue to play like that. You could feel it at the end of the game. He was really tired. So we need to manage that, increase physical ability. So he's got to turn Ahmad into a physical demon, basically, because he's more of the attacking wing back, whereas Diallo's more of the defending wing back. And in all honesty, Diallo obviously looks a lot more physical, a lot more, stockier, bulkier. He's got a bit more athleticism in terms of size. But then Ahmad, he's more of a slim, slender, smaller, faster, sharper player. Going forward, he goes forward with a lot of ease. I think what Ruben and his coaching staff have to do with Ahmad is get that physicality built in him so he can last 90-minute games consistently, because it's physically tasking, this role. Very, very physically tasking. He says on Luke Shaw as well, he says Luke wants to play more, but we have to control and rotate the team. And look, Luke Shaw, the positions, the situation he's in right now is the situation that he should remain in, which is, come on, as a sub, here you go, microwave minutes. Thank you very much. No pun intended, by the way. Just give him minutes here. You go here and there. Here you go, minutes, and see out games. I think Luke is still a very good footballer. Trust in him, staying fit all the time. He probably does want to play a lot of games because he probably wants to stay in Manchester United. But the fact is, this is his last season. End of discussion. We need to go and get better, more fit, available wing back and defender, really. So just let him play the way he plays as it is. Here you go, minutes. Unless we desperately need him to start. Ruben also says on Ahmad he's a really big talent, but small in size. There you go. He did a great job, but he also has to improve. He's in a great moment. Rude helped him a lot in games, in charge, and now he's helping me. But there you go. I just said it. Small, slender. That's what Ahmad is. Is a smaller player, but very sharp, very fast, low center of gravity. But he needs to bulk up and he needs to build that, pack that muscle. Almost like a bit like Omari Hutchison, not Adingra actually. Comment down below players around Ahmad's size that look a bit more bulkier and a bit more musclier. Now, Ruben says on the opening goal, he says, you have to congratulate the player and the rest of the staff. The most important thing on set piece is the staff. Great job. You can see how tall they are and how small we are as a team. So we tried to see where we'd have space to create danger. Very well spotted, man, because set piece under Eric, oh my God, we might as well just freaking not take the set piece because it was that bad. He also says, right, you can't just focus on the result. You have to focus on the way the result appeared. Like before the game, you have so much to do, but it is better to work with victories. Let's focus on performance more than the result. He did say that at times we were pragmatic. It was not pretty, but we were pragmatic. We did our job to win. And that is the very important point, that, look, let's not focus too much on the goals and get carried away, because I'm getting carried away, and I am going to make a prediction at the end of this video. So stay tuned. I'm going to make a bold prediction at the end of this video. Might even blow some people's heads off. But yeah, the performance is what we want to look at. And he's saying all the right things, he's saying all the right things that the fans want to hear. I mean, a manager that can coach, a manager who's got a personality, track record, and he's good in press conferences, good with selecting the players and rotating. I mean, who would have known, right? They told me that there's no manager out there. There's nobody out there. Ruben Amorim's doing everything. So far, anyways. Ruben says on Joshua Zirkzee, he says, it is everything for the player. He did a great job. It is good for his confidence. We had an idea. We needed fresh legs. The players are helping a lot. Congratulations to them. So not a lot said on Zirkzee, but he did a great job, and we want to congratulate him. So Zirkzee's got a lot to grow. He's done really well. And it's a nice time to be up and motivated and confident. And let's just build on that, basically. Let's sit back and watch Zirkzee, how he grows into the player that we need him to be. He says on Marcus Rashford, a new coach is always like that. But there is so much to improve. He can do much better. We all have to improve. But it was a great job from the players. He's kind of holding back on Marcus Rashford, in all honesty. Not really saying a lot on Marcus Rashford. And Marcus himself made a few quotes as well, which I'm going to come on to. Ruben says, you can feel that we have a long way to go. You can feel in the first few minutes we were okay, but then Everton controlled the game. Then we got goals in the right moments that changed the game. That is true. Everton did manage to control the game a little bit, and Mr. Structure Nuruddin mentioned this to me outside the stadium, that he wasn't happy with certain parts of the game, but the goals came in the right time, which obviously settled us into the game and helped us a lot. Now Marcus says it is really early on, but I feel energized and ready for the next game. This game only just finished, but the next one is always the focus for the players. The atmosphere is one of the most special things about this club, and playing at this great stadium is always a great feeling. the connection is going to build and grow the more we get used to him. Ruben come in a busy period, and hopefully the connection keeps building and growing. He's coming with a great attitude, and it's passed on to the players. We all as individuals want to get back to our best, then push to improve. So even in bad moments, you are doing the right thing. It's a nice result. It is important with a new coach and a new new style of playing. When we are still learning, we have to back up this performance and win in midweek. Some very generic comments from Marcus Rashford, but overall, look, Marcus, my brother, make it snow. That's all I gotta say. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When Marcus Rashford is in this situation, he performs. I've said it before. I've said before. Marcus Rashford get married. He might win the Ballon d'Or. You never know. But some generic comments from Marcus Rashford, and he had a very, very good game. A great game after such a long time. Some of the finishes were great. Positioning was great. Desire to run was great. And he can do loads better. That was one game. I believe Marcus Rashford is going to start against Arsenal. His track record against the big teams in the Premier League is very good. So based on that, I want to see him start against Arsenal to see if he can grow from this game. But yeah, overall, really good from Marcus, and really good from the team. And this brings me on to my prediction, really. And look, we've played a couple games under Ruben, right? Ipswich, he started off with a draw. Bodo Glimt 3 goals, Everton 4 goals. So progressively scoring more goals, not lost yet. In the Premier League, we are now 9th. 4 points behind Brighton, who are sitting in 4th. Form is looking good at 4th. Now, it's a far way away from Liverpool, 6 points away from Arsenal. Manchester United may just compete and will compete for the second spot in the Premier League this season. March, April. That is my prediction. Remember this. Come March, April, Manchester United will be competing for the second spot in the Premier League. And I'm saying this today on 2nd of December 2024. I was right on many things and I've been wrong on a couple things. This is my prediction. I think this team, if they play the way they played yesterday, forget the goals, because some games you will score 4, some games you will concede, but they will win consistently and really climb that table hard and fast. Spurs will be Spurs. Forest are not going to be able to sustain it for that long period. Brentford are not going to be able to sustain it. Man City, what they're going through, they simply deserve it. It's just calm as a bitch, and that's what's happening to Man City. Brighton are a great team, but I don't think they're going to sustain it. Chelsea, I have to worry about, and Arsenal, we're going to have to worry about. Those are the 2 teams we've got to catch, and we've done Chelsea already this season. So yeah, Arsenal, the first big test midweek Wednesday. Can we slow them down? Like, if we beat Arsenal, I'm up. I'm telling you, I'm up. And I think we can beat Arsenal. I really do. Away from home as well. I mean, Newcastle beat Arsenal while Arsenal was away. But I think we have a good shot, man. We've not lost in 4 games. Under Ruben Amorim, we've done really well. I think it's the right time to take the game to Arsenal. I think it really is, because the difference in points between Arsenal and Liverpool, a staggering 9 points already come December. Liverpool are just they're gone, basically. All the way they're gone. And to chase Arsenal and Chelsea are going to be a task and a half. But if we manage to hold off Arsenal's set piece, midfield, tighten it up and make sure no rice is being cooked, we will win that game. I think Marcus Rashford's track record against big teams is great. Ahmad is in superb form. Zirkzee on the score sheet. Rasmus been on the score sheet. Bruno Fernandes assist galore. Onana Golden Glove en route. So things are looking really positive for us, I don't see why we can't beat Arsenal, and I don't see why we can't be. Now, people will say it's too early, don't say this, you're being giddy, blah blah blah. Well, that they may think that, and that's rightfully theirs to think. But I'm saying right now is we can do it. Ben White and Tomiyasu injured for Arsenal. I don't fear Sterling. I'll be honest. I do fear Odegaard. I think we'll be able to hold off Saka. Trossard is someone I fear. Jorginho, I fear. Havertz, I do not fear one bit. The battle of Saliba and Gabriel, can our forwards penetrate in between them two? And whoever the striker is that day will have a job on their hands, and I think it'll be Rasmus Højlund, so you'll need to roughen them up. But yeah, I still think we can beat Arsenal. I'm not going to sit here and say, no, we're not beating them at all. It's a draw, take a draw and be scared. So that's my prediction. We're going to beat Arsenal, and come March, April, we will be competing for the second spot in the Premier League. Let me know if you like the video. Comment down below. Do you think my prediction is crazy? Do you think my prediction is atrocious? Should I be cooked for this? Let me know what you learned from this game, from the 4 goals, 3 goals from open play, 1 goal from a fine set piece. And let me know your thoughts. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, people. Peace.